Hello. Right. It's a long time since I made a video, and the reason I'm putting this on is because we are, of course, entering quickly into very unstable times, both in regard to our health and the finances, as the impact of this coronavirus takes hold. Now, you may know that I have recently written a book. It's called Your Life, Your Choice, and sets out the many ways we can support our immune system in order to fight illnesses, which after all is how we remain well. And having this understanding, we can take more responsibility to manage our own health. Now, it seems that with the coronavirus, not only is our health at a greater perceived risk, but also, and equally important, our financial situation is becoming clearly dire. The effect of this pandemic on our health and finances is unprecedented. In my opinion, we have yet to see the full impact of this global financial meltdown, which will send ripples extending for many months, if not for years to come. A situation never before experienced except in times of famine or war. Now, on another topic, let us consider the effect of imposed isolation we are already experiencing and will be asked to maintain for however long it takes. As human beings, we need emotional contact and support. It's a vital component of our emotional stability. Isolation brings of itself stress. It used to be used in the wartime for prisoners of war, to persecute them, to really bring them to tell the truth. Isolation, therefore, compromises our immune system because it creates enormous stress. So why am I saying all this? You know it all. However, being told about it and knowing about the consequences, it does not cover or deal with how to mitigate the impact on all these counts. This is the missing component. So I'm posing the question, is there a way? In all of this turmoil, can we actually deal with all these issues and survive and even flourish? I believe there is always a solution to every problem, even a dire one. And the problem is to find the solution. Adversity can engender creativity, and by thinking outside the box, we'll very, very often open new doors and a path to another way. There is a solution on how to help others and fulfill their needs, and a way that ticks all the boxes regarding the problems I have outlined. Let me explain. Firstly, our normal world is dependent on fiat money. This is, as we know, is under great stress, and our financial world, as we know it, is being globally disrupted, and salaries and wages are in jeopardy. So what if there was a universal currency that could be used by all people, across all countries, and between all people, and that this currency is not affected by the current crisis in the fiat world? Well, we now know there is such a currency in the shape of Bitcoin. Many of you will be very aware of this and already using it, and know the benefits of using this cryptocurrency, of which there are many. For those of you that are still not au fait with Bitcoin, you could benefit from searching the internet and becoming educated as to its use. Here is a brief explanation of what it is. It is a decentralized digital currency without a central bank or single administrator that can be sent from user to user on the peer-to-peer Bitcoin network without the need for intermediaries, no more banks or bank charges. Bitcoin does have its ups and downs in value, the same way as our fiat money does, but it is not dependent on the world market as such. Interestingly, at the moment, Bitcoin has taken a bit of a plunge, so it's a good time to buy and get familiar with the benefits. Having explained that, you will now need to know, how does this lead to financial security? And this is where it impacts through a brilliant method designed to generate personal wealth for you and others in a way that surpasses the salaries we have been used to. And a reminder at this point, and one that I also learned about 50 years ago, due to being in dire straits financially. I was fortunate enough to be at the receiving end of some 3 charities, specifically for nurses in need. I had at that time become a single parent with insufficient money to bring up my 3 boys. And with the charities, this act of giving had far-reaching consequences, as it enabled me to complete my health visitor training and move on to become self-sufficient. Due to this kindness I received at a time of great need, I've always had it in my mind to repay that kindness somehow. This I've never been able to do in a meaningful way until now. There is a great deal of pleasure when one is helping others, so it is a bonus for both those who are giving and for those who are receiving at the end of it. It can often, for those people, be a lifesaver, as it was for me. This maxim is understood and is the basis of a method that has been recently created and that I would like to introduce you to. Everybody now needs a way through this unprecedented physical, social, mental, and financial collapse. Are you in any way open to such a way that will circumvent all the obstacles that lie ahead and could be achievable possibly within a few weeks? The design and method of this is second to none, and it is a real and positive answer to our current dire financial situation. If you would like to know in detail how this can all be achieved, please watch the video link below and all will be explained. I need to underline at this point that it is a legally compliant, transparent and audited USA-based company. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a healthy and financially free, troubled life. After all, it is your life, your choice. And finally, I ask, is this the golden nugget lying hidden in plain sight? Well, let's see. Goodbye.